tell me a little bit about the book and how that came about. Where did you formulate the idea for the book?
It's funny because it's about a lot of real dates that I've had in the past, and it's humorous. But the whole idea, he's now Prince Charming, came from a guy I dated, oh my gosh, about 10 years ago. He had a website, he had a really quirky, funny sense of humor, and I think it was even his idea to do a top 10 list of guys who aren't Prince Charming or something, and we kind of collaborated on it. And then years later, after many more bad dates or funny dates or whatever you want to call it, because I'm single, I decided, I'm like, this is really kind of a neat idea to turn into a book, because whether, you know, men have had bad dates or women have had bad dates, dating is something we can all relate to. Obviously, I'm going to write it from the female perspective, and, you know, this whole notion, which, you know, it's funny, a lot of guys think, oh, it's, you know, it's you're bashing men or whatever, and really, yes, there's some gentle ribbing here, but I'm kind of trying to mock the whole idea of a Prince Charming, because as women, we're raised as little girls with this whole notion that you need someone to save you, a prince. So I'm kind of mocking that, and I thought, you know, I've got all this material. The top 10 list was funny. Why not create a whole book out of it? You know, sometimes you have a great idea and you think you're either too lazy to execute it, or you think you don't have the time, the money, whatever. And I thought, eh. And then the one day I finally said, why can't I make something out of this? So I can't draw, I'm not an artist, but I'm a very visual person, and I had these ideas of dates that just went awry, and maybe some of them at the time were not funny at all, and maybe they were sad or hurtful for me, but I found the humor in them, which is what you have to do with enough time. Everybody can find humor in pain after the pain is gone. So I had these ideas, and I thought if I could find an illustrator, and I'll tell her what I see in my head, and then she could put it on paper to go with my words. So that's what I did. I found a great local artist, Mindy Mendocino, and we would meet, and I would give her my ideas, and she would draw them for me. And so basically, you know, she did the illustrations, and then I bought the rights to them. So now I'm using them for all sorts of things, like the greeting cards. And you know, it just came together. And I self-published it because, honestly, I didn't know that I'd have the fortitude to keep mailing it to publishers, because I know it's not an easy task to get published, and I didn't even try. And I can still pitch it if I want. It's great for like a coffee table. I mean, it's not a long read. It's not a dating advice book. It's not going to help you out of your problems. It's meant to give people laughs, and honestly, for me, it was a little bit of a therapeutic experience as well. So it's like, yeah, okay, we'll put this in.
Wash your hands of those bad dates.
Yeah. Now I can laugh at them totally. And I'm like, wow, I can't wait to date the next guy and give me lots of material.
I'm sure that would probably make him kind of nervous.
Yeah. No, it's funny. I've had a lot of people say, well, oh, guys probably won't want to date you now, and they see that, and I say, you'd be surprised, because it's almost, there's a whole segment of guys that like, oh, am I going to be in your book? Am I going to be in your ad? I think they wear it as a badge of honor, certain guys. You know, oh, is that going to your book now? Like, you know, I think they kind of want that. Some kind of infamy.